Hello, hello, everybody. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you being here, and here I am. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for stopping in. What do we got here? Demager, of course, as usual, and good evening to you, sir. Good evening to you. Keith, good to see you as well. Miss Chase, always good to have you here. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you, of course. Frank, good to see you as well. Good evening to you. Appreciate it. Wanted to do a little bit of calmness this evening, and you would think the No Startership Challenge would be anything but now, this kind of run, a stranded run, is usually pretty straightforward, pretty easygoing, so I'm looking forward to just chilling out with this particular run and everything like that. Looks like, I don't know, I don't like the way the camera looks. Hold on a second, let me just see if I can fix this here. Yeah, it's a little better. It's a little bit better straightened out. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, Jim, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in as well. Appreciate you. It's been a heck of a day, man. I don't know where else to begin with that. I was this close to just putting out a message and saying, hey, guys, I'm going to cancel, but I've been running a headache all day, but I figured this is going to be as good a way to decompress as any other way there is. So, and especially spending it with you folks. I appreciate you. No falling in a cave and losing 35 scrap tonight. We're doing a stranded run, and I promise you that won't happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that won't happen, because even though I can get a Colossus, it will be too slow for our run, because there's no chance I'm going to get any S-Class upgrades for it. But interesting thought. Can we make money on it? I don't know, but we'll see. Anything but the Colossus. Yeah, no problem. It's interesting that some of the Exocrafts have changed a little bit. It's not any appearance-wise stuff, but because they upgraded the Colossus like they did, everything's changed just a little bit, so it's pretty cool. And I've got a little bit more focus and appreciation for Exocraft, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you. Appreciate that, Miss Chase. Yes, I hope it does too. Nothing's really putting a dent in it. I think it's the weather. Pretty sure. I was on a Twitch stream with somebody this morning in the chat, and I was basically, Kentucky's a strange place. We were nearly 70 degrees on Saturday. Then Sunday it dropped out, and we had a mixture of sleet and snow and rain that evening. And then by Tuesday we were getting back into the 60s, and today it was over 70 degrees. So with the weather going up and down like that, it's a roller coaster in Kentucky anytime you get to this time of year. I wouldn't be surprised if we get tornado alerts and stuff like that, so we'll see. Yeah, it's definitely sinuses, there ain't no doubt. It's one side of my head. I've taken all the medication, I've drinking all the water that I could possibly drink, and it's not putting a dent in it. It'll go away when the sun goes down and I start to feel a little better. We'll see how it goes. Allison, thanks for swinging in, dear. Appreciate you. If you don't like the weather in Kentucky, wait 10 minutes. Yeah, that's really the way of things, isn't it? So, Starduster's in the house. I didn't see you in there. There you are. Starduster Gal. I like that. You added the gal onto the end. Open event just takes your body. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. We are getting blood rain here in the next few days. I would stay indoors for that. I'll be honest with you, Keith. Aude, good to have you here. Sorry. This morning it was 74 when I left for work in Texas. That's when you left for work. Good grief. Hoping, not open. Oh, yeah, I get it. No, that's all right. Got to read what people mean, not what they say. Yeah, I know. I'm married. My wife does that all the time. No, you have to pay attention to what I mean, not what I'm saying. Yes, dear. She actually said something to me last night. We were sitting there chatting, and she said, I don't even remember the conversation. And she said these two sentences, and I'm just like looking at her. I'm like, what are you referring to? She goes, to the first half of the conversation that I had in my head. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is where our relationship's going. We're just going to look at each other and have complete conversations in our head. That's fantastic. No, thank you, Gurkhan. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, too. I appreciate you as well. Thank you. Thank you, Drake. Good to see you. As always, Trepanning gets those demons out quick. Exercise those demons. Yeah, right. No, I ain't gonna be doing that anytime soon. Worf, good to see you. Almost hit 50 today. Things started melting. Well, cool for you, man. Ice storm tomorrow, though. Of course. Why not, right? Yeah, let's just pile it on top. Angus, good to see you. Works if you're both telepathic. I can't say that I am. I haven't been able to read anybody else's minds, I'll be clear. And if you think if it's going to start anywhere, you think it would start with the wife, to be honest. Bear Blue, good to see you. Thank you very much. We'll do our best. Thank you. Appreciate the good luck as well. Yeah, very fun. Very, very, very fun. Let's switch over. There we go. We're over here now. Okay, good deal. So, timer. Do we want to do a timer? I don't know. We could do a timer. I guess it doesn't hurt anything to have a timer. So, yeah, I'll put that up there. Why not? Okay, so the way this runs, I put the directions, the instructions, the way it works is down below in the description field. How's that? Douglas, good to see you too. Good evening to you as well. Thank you very much for being here. So everything's down below. This whole stranded run, this challenge, this variation, if you will, was created by Beeblebum. So it's on his Discord channel as well. He has a special spot on there called Game Challenges under the No Man's Sky area. And he has a couple different challenges. Fugitive's in there as well. He's the author of that as well. So the stranded run, the way this works is you're a stranded pilot on a planet. You crash landed. You have not a pilot. Let me be clear. While you can pilot things, you have no ability to repair them. So if we find a crashed ship, we can't fix it. But it allows us to go to that crashed ship and to duplicate the pilot's license for that ship. So let's say we find a hauler that's crash landed. That gives us a license for a hauler. And at that point, I have to find a trading outpost or find a person with a hauler to purchase one from them, and then I can fly it. So that's number one. It's the only way to get a ship. Okay? So we have to find a crashed ship. The second portion of this, the second half of this, is that we do have the ability to use Exocraft. So we can build Exocraft, not a problem. We are restricted from using the Exomech, or the Minotaur, if you will, and the Nautilin, because both of those have the ability to find crashed ships. So we're trying to eliminate that from being too easy. Not that you're going to do a Nautilin, because there's no water on the starting planet that you go to, ever. I've never run into one except in an expedition. So, good evening, Gothic. Good to see you as well. So, and Happy the Cat, Grand Theft Auto also works pretty well. Yeah, if we could just thieve the ship from them, I would try to do that. I don't think it's possible. So yeah, that's basically the main rules. So everything's on limits. To show you how to set up the game, though, we do a new game. We're going to do custom. We're going to do not permadeath. We can't do permadeath because something gets blocked out, and that is the recipes and blueprints which we need. So we have to do survival, but we change everything to, and we can't do save deleted. As soon as you do that, it becomes permadeath. Okay? So that's what permadeath means, right? We can't do abandoned in this case because we need to buy a ship from somebody. And if you go abandoned, there's nobody to buy a ship from. So, yeah, I can't do that. So everything's got to be set up. So recipes have to be unlocked. I always make the mistake of not doing that. Expensive on the purchases, harsh stack limits. Everything else we're going to increase. We do have to disable the tutorial, of course. We definitely want to make fishing a challenge, okay? That is very important. And we're going to lock out our settings. All right, so everything, as you can see, is maxed out except for recipes and the save deleted. But if we die, we will treat it like a permadeath and we'll delete and start over again. So no, Bear Blue, that does not count as finding a license. It has to be from a crashed ship and a dead pilot, so to speak. Because, you know, when you go to that little ball next to the ship, it tells you that the pilot is slumped over the controls, or they died a fiery death, or whatever. You have found a pilot, you've taken their ID, and you're using it as your own, if you will. You're duplicating it. So, definitely doesn't work. Now, I've asked that question as well. The rules are down below in the description area, and it's lengthy. But there are some frequently asked questions as well that we brought up, and he's answered for us. So, from Beeblebum. So there we go. I just want to mention his name a few more times. Beeblebum, 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 Beeblebum. Anyway, okay. So there we are. So this is all set up. We're ready to go. I'm going to confirm and start the game. We'll get the timer going as soon as we appear. There'll be no, E that you circle around to start the game out. It will just, you'll appear. Whenever we start like this, we start next to our crash ship, which we do not have access to and not allowed to use, and we'll start next to a base computer too, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, well, that's not really cut. I'm actually due for a haircut. I decided not to wear a hat today. So there we are. Let's get the timer going so we know what's going on. So you're starting next to your ship. Looks like we're on a hot planet this time, and you notice there's a base computer over here that we can claim. So this is the way this works, and this is why you can do this. So if you need to put down a base, you can. Frankly, I'm just going to head in a direction. It's right there. It looks like my scanner's damaged. Oh my, yes it is. And the analysis visor are both damaged. So you know that there's a benefit behind this, right? They say that if one of these is damaged, I think it's the scanner, if I remember correctly, your protection doesn't drop as quickly. But we need some carbon, we're going to need some ferrite dust, so I'm going to get myself going here. Yeah, normally he does. And who knows, if he's, I think he's playing right now on both YouTube and Twitch at the moment. A lot of these guys that we normally only see on YouTube now, I've been doing a lot of dual streaming lately. Jason's doing the same thing now. I think it just occurred to him one day that not only could they do it because you have an add-on that you can add to OBS that allows you to do it and doesn't use the bandwidth you would expect, but they also realized, especially if they're doing this as a job, they are making money at this, they also realized that they could double their income. And that would be the smart thing to do now, wouldn't it? So anyway, I got a good amount of carbon. I'm going to look for a rock that I can get. There we go. That'll work. Old Explorer's in the house. Good to see you, Ed. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you in the house, man. Old Explorer is one of those guys who visits everybody's stream and is almost like he is a... I don't know. You have to have him in your stream. It's like if you don't have a real stream unless Old Explorer is there. I don't know what else to put it. We appreciate him. He's always got good advice and snarky comments, which I always appreciate. Of course, we all know how that is. All right, I think I've got a pretty decent amount of ferrite dust, but maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't seem like these rocks give out a whole lot. So I can repair some stuff, but you notice my heat protection isn't dropping as well. All right, let me try something here because I want to... Ooh, pure ferrite. I'm going to go in here and check. I think I can repair this with a carbon nanotube, so let me do that one at least. Got to go to the bottom of the list. I don't know why it doesn't put the most valuable ones that you would use to the top, but does that give me at least directions? Yes, it does. So I'm not going to worry about scanning, you know, much... and using my scanner itself, that is to find elements and things like that. I really don't care. So I'm going to use the Jason method of doing things and try to cheat that a little bit. One thing I do want to know, you guys know I do this, I want to see where I am on the planet. Because if I head south from here, I'm not really going far. So we're going to head towards the north. So that's my direction. I'm going to take a quick look around, see if I can find any buildings. I do want to build an exocraft eventually, but we need to find a couple things. Hey, look at that, a building. We do need to find a monolith, because that will help us find a portal. So we need to escape the planet. If we can get a ship, we can fly to the portal, we can escape through the portal. You got to be kidding me. That's a landing platform. The problem is, I haven't found a crashed ship yet. So, I can't buy any of the ships. Jason, are you going to run in a circle? Yeah, yeah. The Jason method also includes, this is a partial Jason method, okay? Jason's method is just don't repair the scanner. Your heat protection will drop a lot slower. That's the only thing I'm adopting. I'm not using a whole bunch of four-letter words. I'm not making this an R-rated stream. It's really dark. Sorry about that. So yeah, we'll keep this on the up and up. I love Jason to death, but I always make fun of him. It's like, dude, you get too into your game if you're going to sit there and cuss everything out. So relax. It's supposed to be an ability to... no, that happened. It's supposed to be the ability to chill out for a little while, not to go crazy. All right, we're on a Vy'keen planet. That's a problem. Because in order to find a portal through a monolith, we need Vy'keen daggers. So it's good that we found this, though, because these pilots that are landing, they'll have them on them, so I can purchase them from them. But it's going to cost me some money. So let me note that we're here, that we found a place to go to. Let's do something here. I got access to everything. So let me put down a save beacon. We're going to need probably a little more ferrite, and we'll definitely need some sodium. So let's go searching for some. And we just need to look for an orange glow, because if I hit the scanner... Oh, scanner's critically damaged. Yellow glow? Anybody? Anybody? That's not the yellow glow I'm looking for. This is not the glow you're looking for. Some players are so used to always having stuff go their way. Get a little crazy when they... Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's interesting that you should say that. I never really thought about it. And you might be right. Might be. I think you are right. You have to... I've learned in tech support that not every problem seems to have a good solution. And you sometimes have to pivot. You have to learn to think on the fly. Maybe that's what makes me a halfway decent, you know, speedrunner. Because I can pivot. Yellow glow good. Yellow snow not so good. Pivot. I made a pivot table the other day. I was very proud of myself. You know, we could really use some cobalt and stuff like that too. And we'll eventually need other substances, so... Is that a yellow glow? I think it is. Yeah, there we go. I need how much of that? I don't need a whole lot. I need 30 of it is what I need. I'm gathering up oxygen because I know I'm going to need it here. So... What's that? Oh, there's a rock there I can... Yeah, okay. Thermal protection is falling. Isn't that nice? You know, if I had that scanner, I could pick up some sodium. But there's so much yellow around here, it's kind of hard to see it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're running low on carbon, too. We ought to get some of that. Alright. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we can do a pretty good run here. I do want to get a piece of Exocraft going. I think my favorite, as everybody knows, is the Pilgrim. So, all right, this is looking pretty good. All right, we got a good amount of carbon already. That's nice. We'll need a little bit more. I need to make at least 3 metal plates, I think. There we go. Okay, good. That works. We're in good shape now, and we'll just need a little bit more sodium. You'd think I would find a ton of sodium here on this planet, but I'm probably running right past it, and it's just hard to see because everything around here is yellow. Sucks. But it is what it is. Whatever. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I should be able to get plenty of O2, especially since these plants are very, very... prolific. It means a lot. Yeah, I got plenty. Yeah, let's do that. Not the rerouter. Because, like I said, you got access to everything here. Is that you? No. Oxygen, right there. There it is, recycler. Yeah, it extends it a little bit. It's not a bad idea, especially if you have access to it. What does it cost you? A little bit of oxygen. Just go ahead and grab it. Hey, I believe that's for life support, or is that hazard protection? Life support, cool. You'd think, like I said, that the sodium would be everywhere, but I'm finding tons of oxygen, but not finding any sodium. And at night, especially, you think I'd find it easier. I'm trying to circle around this thing. I don't want to head directly to it, but there's the platform right there. Hello, animal. One Thumb, good to see you, buddy. Dan Morris, hoy, hoy. Currently watching and playing No Man's Sky. Well, you do you, man. Lurk away. I said to another Twitch streamer at one time, I said, I really don't like the word lurk. It's creepy sounding. I said, I'd rather prefer a word like quietly observing. A phrase, if you will. I like to quietly observe from the distance. And just enjoy the, you know, the camaraderie that goes around in here, so. These are like co-working streams and stuff like that. I actually do like my a good old co-working stream for folks because it's calm. They usually have some decent music in the background. Not a lot of jerks in there, you know. Unlike the other Twitch streamers, which, you know, they usually have some very raucous people in there, and it's like, ee. That's why I prefer YouTube. Alright, this is ridiculous. I should have found a ton of sodium by now, and I'm not seeing any. Get a little ferrite dust while we're here. I wonder if I could buy it. You know what I can do? Let me look around and at least get some money going on. Yeah, let's hit these guys. Let's start doing some stuff. I'm just bad at paying attention. That's called ADHD, my friend. Squirrel. Okay. Weave our way around. Can we pick it up without digging? Yes, we can. Alright, so that gives us a little bit of money. Some nanites. Alright, what else we got around this this place? Got another one right over there. Abandoned crate. How interesting. Got a cave right there. Let's go up to these guys. That'll be fine. Lurk is just less typing. Alright, I give you that. Oh, one of these might have sodium. There you go. And sodium nitrate. That's really what I needed the sodium for. I needed sodium nitrate. I need 15. But now we have the ability to do one of these guys. And I'm just going to turn all the sodium into sodium nitrate because I can. And that way we have it. We could throw a save beacon down over there. Spectating. Spectating. Very nice. Backseat driving is always appreciated as well. I know you guys all know that. I don't want to view this post. I don't care. There we go. All right. I'll take some oxygen, sir. All right, where is that trading post at? I don't know how far away we'll be able to see the trading post, so I do want to just put at least a save beacon down to play it safe. And since we have a little bit of money on us right now, it should give me the ability to go up there and grab some Viking daggers. I just need one, actually, so it should be alright. Save beacon. There we go. See if we can do it right this time. Why, thank you. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Oh, check this little guy out. It's a nice little ship. That's a pretty cool little fighter there. I like that. Trade. Alright, there's the Viking daggers. Wow! 230,000 for the Viking dagger. Holy crap. I mean, I thought 50, 60,000, but I did not know it was going to be that much. Yeah, we definitely don't have that kind of money. Yeah. Wow. Get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Okay, we will return, sir. Wow. Expensive peeping? Oh, that's a bit much, man. You know, you don't want to call it peeping. I'm not lurking either. Slides back behind the curtain. Ah, gunboat. It's pretty dark up there. You're probably getting dark right about now, I'm guessing. You're Atlantic time zone? I don't think you're Eastern. I think you're Atlantic. Okay, let's take another look around. We need some money. What are you? Abandoned crate again. Heptaloid wheat, knowledge stone, solar vines, buried tech. Alright, we'll head that way. Start scanning stuffs? Well, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to spend. Here's the thing. If I scan stuff, though, Frank, well, that's true. I do get money for it, but I'd rather wait for a scanning upgrade, if you know what I mean, and then I can make some real money. I'm only going to get like 500 credits a pop for each one of the animals here, and there aren't going to be enough animals on this planet to make a difference. I've only got 7, so I'm going to hold off on that for now, if you don't mind. Yeah. Ah, standalone. That means we can pick it up pretty easily. How many do we get? We got 3 that time. Okay, that's good. Ooh, what that? Organic rock. That'll pull in some guys real quick. Buried cash. Definitely do that. Good afternoon, Exilus. Good to see you. Thanks for the updates. I appreciate you, man. I am seeing them. I may not always throw a thumbs up or a response on Discord to them, but thank you very much. I appreciate you, buddy. I can get behind skulking. I like skulking. That works for me. Ooh, there was a... Hey, what do you call it there, too? Oh, okay, that's a good one. Emerald. Good. We could turn it into chromatic metal if we want, but I think I might hang on to that. How much was there? 87? I think that's enough to open up a portal, too. You. There we go. Leering? Interlope. Interloping's a better word, I think. I like the interloping one. That deserves a round right there. Ah, we got some gold. And they give me 20? 20? Come on. Cheapskates. That's awful cheap of you. Hello, sir. Alright, I do want to grab a little bit more stuff if I can. These guys are close by each other. I'll go ahead and check one out, and then we'll grab the other. Boink. I want to do our life support, too. No, that's alright. That's alright. Sometimes no news is good news, my friend. If you have nothing to report, then that means things are proceeding as usual. That's okay. Condensed carbon, always a good thing to grab. There we go. Come on now. Hey, look. Sodium. Alright, where are you there? Okay, you're all by yourself. How many did we get that time? Just 2? Alright. There should be one pretty close by. 122. I think that's the one I'm looking for. Just checking. Okay. Yeah, let's head for that one. There it is. Also a standalone one. That's weird. I don't usually see too many standalone buried techs. Done. How many? Just 2 again? Alright. I'll grab this. I don't think we need that. We've got plenty of rocks around here. I could grab some carbon, but... Ooh, a life support gel. Isn't that nice? Damaged machinery. Let's grab it. Maybe it'll have something I can use. Look, nanites. Right there. Okay. How many did we get? Nice. Okay, so that was a good one. So how are we doing? We should have more than enough now. Okay, good. Okay, and our save point's right there. So before I really go exploring, I want to make sure we have our dagger on us, because we're going to need it. We should gather up as much as we can from the caves as well. We should be looking around for more of those... Not necessarily a buried cache, but I'm more interested in finding some more of those glowing stones, because those will come in handy to get some metals that we could really use. Because I haven't seen anything but the organic rocks. We could hope for, you know, metal, pardon me, metal fingers, but yeah. All right, where's my marker at? Yeah, I shouldn't have turned myself around here. Right there. Okay, there we go. Ogling? Ooh, no, ogling is kind of creepy now. That's getting really creepy. It's a crate that was left by its parents. An orphan crate. I love it. It looks like I've been to this spot before. An abandoned crate. Yes, it was abandoned. We're so sorry. How sad. How could they just abandon the crate like that? Those bastages. Alright. So the first part of this has been taken up completely by... I gotta get a dagger. Normally, if I start on a Vy'keen planet, I usually try to start over again. But the fact that we had a trading platform right here... You know, that's pretty good. Hey, Ragus, good to see you, man. I'm doing alright. How are you doing? Yes, I did. I did see your last one. That's what I was talking about when you first popped up. That I did see your post, and I put a thumbs up or something next to it just to let you know that I did see it. I was in a situation where I couldn't spend too much time. I think it was at church at the time. Trade. Vy'keen dagger. Okay, let's sell our salvage data. Alright, now we're looking much better. That's a good amount of money. I'm going to grab one of your daggers, sir. And we're going to grab all his gold because I said, oh, how did it get up to 19? There. Grabbing all your gold, sir, because I need it. Look at the Vy'keen effigy for 451,000, man. I think the last update has changed a lot of the prices when you do the expensive on this. So that's kind of crazy, man. How much are the ships? All right, 6.8. I can handle that. I can handle that. Just now? Hold on. Let me see. You said you don't have any more to report. You said good afternoon. You don't have any more to report. And that was it. Did I miss something? Oh, I didn't mean to jump back out. Let me just see what he has. I want to see what extras he has here. Platinum. Huh. That's interesting. I don't think I really need platinum. Silver would be good. If someone has silver, I'll grab it. Let's check the... Since there's no other ships here, let's check the terminal. Got a skulk for... Good dinner. Don't do anything fun without me. Wow, I can't promise you anything there, buddy. Doesn't Magno Gold turn into something? I'd like to say gold, but I'll grab one just in case. 65,000 for those. Yeah, just gold. Okay, that's fine. That should give us enough to make something. There we go. Nice. So that should give us enough to get by with. How much gold do we have now? Yeah, we got a little over 300. So if we want to build a exocraft of some sort, I'd love to do the Pilgrim. Requires silver. We don't have any. But the roamer, it requires paraffinium. I don't think this planet has that. Let me check. Oh, it has silver deposits. That's just too easy. And there's paraffinium here. And silver. I missed the silver completely. I feel like a bozo now. Then we got plenty of metal plates. I'd rather have yeah. Let's make 5 metal plates. What else do we need to make that sucker? Hold on. Dihydrogen. Okay, so I need a bunch of dihydrogen. Okay, we're all set then. Where's that copper at? Hold on. Can I grab it all? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, now we're talking. All right. Paraffinium can be refined. Yes, I know. But I've got the silver, so we should be good. He just jumped over the side, that crazy son of a gun. I need dihydrogen, and I know there's a ton around here. Can't scan for it, unfortunately, because my scanner's damaged on purpose. There's some. Let me guess, 8,000 steps? No, money. Got it. Oh, G. Willikers, a volcanic event. Yes, I said G. Willikers. Thought I turned it off in time. Always a pleasant thing to have happen, isn't that nice? Come on, get up there. Get up there. Find silver and oxygen. What? Why? Why would I refine silver and oxygen? I'd have to get a dual refiner to do that, which means I need more elements to do that, so... I mean, I could create a base, get a dual refiner, all that stuff, but I'm trying to go the fastest way I can think of possible here. And I like the Pilgrim, so there. I can do the roamer. I know he mainly created this around the thought process that people were going to do roamers, but... 4, 8, 12, I can't make 3 yet. Ah, good. Oh, sorry, buddy. You're so tiny, I didn't see you there. Oh, there's another one over here. Where are you? There it is. Skinned alive is a restricted item. What? Oh, sorry. Alright. Oh, good. Finally, a crystal out of that. And it gives me a storm crystal, which is perfectly fine, but very, very odd. There we go. Done. And now, we can finally put this down. Now, can we do anything to it? Oh, check that out. Oh, it's decals. Okay, that's just decals, spoiler. Really? You put a decal on the spoiler, primary colors. Nice. But, nope, don't have to worry about it. Alright. Now, this will not protect us from the weather yet, but we'll work on that later. Alright. And I have access to pretty much everything I want. I can do heat protection for dioxide, which I will need a dual refiner for. Okay. North. South, north. There we go. So one thing we want to do before we get started, and we're going to need a ton of carbon later on, I need to see... So we headed north, we hit this. Let's see if we can find another building to the north. I'm using a technique that somebody talked to me about in a chat somewhere at some point. Alright, turn to the north, and we're going to see if we can find another building. And if we find another one, we're going to utilize said building to change directions. Double tap. Good to see you. How you doing, dear? Wow, can't run into those, huh? Okie dokies. A lot of things are prevented from being able to run into anymore. Alright, so we're going to stop on occasion. We're going to take a look around. We got floating crystals on this planet, so an advanced mining laser could come in really, really handy. I don't see any other buildings at the moment. Okay. Super soft drink. It's good to see you as well. Didn't see you pop in as well. I apologize. I seriously think this thing has sped up. That they've sped it up since the update. More organic rocks. This thing goes so quickly that sometimes you got to look a little bit behind you just in case. Alright. So we want to try to find a wrecked ship. Don't run into those. What's up? Didn't know who the last expedition was for. We'll be using these haul crates. Oh, ho ho ho. Got to think a little bit more outside the box there, Exilus. It's not for anybody in particular. It's for light no fire. Come on, man. You should figure that out. And everybody's like, well, how is that going to work with light no fire? Well, it's probably because they're going to have magic in light no fire, and you're going to be able to levitate things. So, gravitino coil, or grav coil as we call it. So, think about it. We'll use you. Freeze up a spot. Ah, cool. We'll get double barreled here. One. And two. Yep, that's what I'm thinking too. I got some Aronium, which would have come in handy earlier, and some Herox. And we know what we ought to do. We ought to put some of this crap in my Exocraft as well. Let's see. Let's put this in there. I should have used that. I didn't think of it. I'm going to put this in here too. Sure, why not? Why not? Keep it going. Got plenty of slots in there. Let's use them all. I ought to turn this into something. I haven't decided what yet, whether I want to put it in chromatic metal or not. Plenty of gold. Let's put it away. Alright. That'll be enough for now. Hey, Old Explorer, have a great evening. Thanks very much for joining us. I appreciate you, my friend. Don't get left by making us all garbage men. Yeah, that's a possibility. Oh, check that out. We can put a Cyclops scope in this too. Isn't that interesting? Flamethrower. I really need to look into some of these upgrades. Laser. Magnetized ferric, chromatic metal, 2 life support gels. You know, we can do that. Radar's not going to help us, but we can find a monolith with the what's this thing called? Pilgrim. Yeah, I know. Shut up. Maybe we ought to do that. We can get this done a lot quicker if we do it that way. Let's see. Not necessarily quicker, but yeah. Let's see, where is our copper? We'll start with that. So what does it take to install a... Let's see. So we need a bunch of chromatic metal, so we need to find us some deposits here. Magic. Magic. Oh, don't worry about it. And to be honest, that cargo vanish, holes not rendering, then appearing, cargo exploding. Yeah, I understand. I know they fixed a bunch of stuff. If any of you saw that video I put out on Monday, you saw the... Like, I was putting stuff in the back of the the back bed, and all of a sudden the thing would just take off without me. Be like, where are you going? Taxi! Yeah, it was funny. That was funny stuff. Not necessarily what I wanted to happen, obviously, but still, it was pretty funny. Alright. So we'll turn this all into chromatic metal now, and then I'm going to take a look around and see if we can find some more. I don't want to use the emerald because it'll be much better to use that for... Oh, perfect. For opening up the portal later. So this one was, yeah, not doing this. That's all right. That's okay. You don't get a lot with it. I mean, you can do it outside of the expedition as well, and just putz around a planet for a little while, pick up all the openings and all the extra things you can get for it. I'm loving the treads, the caterpillar treads with it. I think that is pretty cool. It's made me appreciate it a little bit better. So we're going to put some upgrades in this guy, and we're going to do some work here. Now I'm questioning, if we make it reappear, does it keep everything? Let's test the theory out. I don't want to just lose everything because, you know, some of these things cost a good chunk of change. And I need these, and I need these, and I need this. These... they're not worth as much. But let me see what happens when I call it. Okay, do we still have everything? Okay, good. So if I call it in, it doesn't cause a problem. Unlike if you call something in like the Colossus that has a bunch of crap in the bed, it will disappear. It'll all fall out of the bed. Okay. Oh, really? You are correct. You are absolutely correct. So I was in here, right? Okay. So rather than actually... that was weird. I love when it just kicks me out. It's been a while since I've done it. You know what? That might help, right? Turn on a headlight.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Cool cave. That's my bad. I forgot about that. Yeah, you know what? Let me do something here real quick, though. I need to recharge this sucker, so let me get some extra silicate. That should be enough.
Technology recharge.
Not quite. Guess it takes more now. Thank you.
Technology recharge.
Close enough. Alright, so where are we here? There you are. And is the bike upright? Yes, it is. Yeah, I think that's actually one of the things on the Stranded run, and I'm not paying attention because I'm talking too much. That's on me. One of the things about the Stranded run is that if you were to recall the vehicle, or if you get it stuck somewhere that you can't get it out of, then it's done. You can't use that vehicle again. You got to build a different one. I don't know what happened there. I went straight up in the air. There we go. Okay, that's better. So hopefully that works out. I'll remember that. Interesting. Okay. It's right in the middle of all this. This does not look like a huge deposit of it. Huh. And the plant doesn't disappear. How interesting. It may disappear in a minute. It does, but it does keep it all when you recall it. That's good to know. I was more interested in the experiment than I was in the rules, apparently. So that's why I put myself right back in there to say, okay, wait a minute, we got to go back in there. That's not going to be fair. Yeah. That's what you say, Dad. Dad Mager. No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of folks in the chat tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Feel free to hit that like button if you could. That's really the only thing you can do at this point. Unless you like subscribing, that would be cool too, but no pressure. No pressure. Neither here nor there. Some folks just watch because they just want to watch somebody play, which is all good. And you see, Streamlabs telling you the same thing. Thank you all. Let's see. Had to see the other side of the cavern I'm making here. All right. Where's the bike at? There you are. All right. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's fine. Copper. Come on, get started. Scan what? It's a huge deposit. Scan it. It really wasn't that big of a deposit. I have it on the smallest setting. When I get about 500-600 out of it, that's like a medium-sized one as far as I'm concerned. So, what do we have? 92. All right. So first things first. I really do want a mining laser because it'll come in really handy. So we'll think about doing that. Life support gels shouldn't be a problem in making. Where is our? There it is. This I can make right now. I do need a microprocessor. Okay, so let's see if we can make a microprocessor. Oop, back up. Also took up some chromatic metal to do that. Okay, good. All right, so we do have our scanner. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it gives us a whole lot to scan. Depots is all we get. So we're going to have to add in the others, and we'll have to do it properly. A lot of times we can just add it in without actually installing it, and it won't give us everything. Okay. Marty's in the house. Good to see you, Marty. There you are. I'll throw a hand up there too. Wave. Why didn't what work? Really? It didn't work? Let me check. Maybe it's Streamlabs. Why, there you are, Streamlabs. Let's find out. Let's take just a second here, guys. That one. That one. Yes. Okay. It's apparently working a little. Yeah, it should be active. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay. All right, so that's that. Let me take another look around. We need more copper. 1,000 away. 700. The fact that they're close by each other will work. 353. Let's hit that one up. Watch the holes. Yeah, this looks like a pretty decent deposit. Okay. We need a lot of chromatic metal. We need about, let me see, 150 for one of the upgrades. We need another 100 to 150 for the mining laser for this thing. Probably more than that. So I'm going to just keep going with it. I'm early for you. It's late for me. Hush up. Plus your clocks are all upside down from where I'm standing. The tradesman, good evening, sir. Frank Caldwell, 2344. Yeah, Crank, you're over in Europe, I believe, correct? Good to see you too, the tradesman. Actually, let's go ahead and start this guy up real quick and get it started on some of this. Where are you? Copper. There we go. While we gather up the rest. So we might as well be efficient, at least, in building the crap out of everything. We're going to need some other stuff, though, so... So we want to find a monolith, which will help us find a portal. Now, yes, finding a crashed ship is on the agenda, maybe. Depends on how far away the portal is. The portal isn't too far away. Like, if we jump in our Pilgrim and it says it's like, you know, an hour away, we're going to Tom and Jerry it. Trust me, we're just going to take the Pilgrim and ride all the way there. UK? Yeah, that's what I thought. Nearly bedtime, Angus? Yeah, yeah. After midnight, huh? That's like me, man. I don't know what it is, but, you know, I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and I'm not getting to bed before midnight, so probably another reason why I have a headache, but it seems to be all the time for me. Plus, all this extra copper is very handy. Oh, hello. There you go. Okay. So anyway, I wasn't showing my heat detection at this point. So what does it take to put in a ionized cobalt magnetic resonator? I need to move my butt out of the way. Quantum computers. Yeah, it's a bit much. It's handy, but a bit much. An onboard personal refiner only takes oxygen and chromatic metal. So maybe that might be the better way to go. Okay, let me see. That's pure ferrite, I'm sorry. Need carbon. Alright, good deal. Night owl, yeah. I can be too. I'm just getting to the point where my body's like telling me, no, you're not. You used to be. Look in the mirror there, old guy, because you're not as young as you used to be. That's always a kick. Nope, pure. Not surprising. Let's charge you with that. Oh, I'll take that. Alright, another 100. Let's keep going with this. There's a 150. Throw it in. Go. Alright, let's see what we can build in the Exocraft now. So we need the A-class upgrade for this one. That's this right here. We got the gold for it. We do need 2 batteries. Good thing I'm near a cave. Yeah, I know I need to build that. Thank you. Oh, interesting. Bedrock. Alright, so we're in the cave, and is there any stalactites? There we go. So I'll need a bunch of this. I think I need ionized cobalt for something too, but maybe I don't. I don't know. Is that the station of the mission? Am I going to need to get a junk ship? Huh. Tradesman, huh? Let me think here. I'm trying to think. If you're hitting the last Atlas station, you're creating a new universe. Not a new universe, sorry. You're going to a... You know, I just finished a series on this, and I honestly am having trouble remembering. Anybody else? I can't remember whether you go to a whole new universe or not with a wrecked ship. Because trust me, you'll want a regular ship for that. You don't want a Sentinel ship for that. That's for sure. 132? Okay. So I need 2 batteries. There we go. I know I got a lot of people in this chat, so there's obviously someone here can help us out. There. Does it start you on the planet and system? It does, I believe. I'm trying to remember because it's like I said, it's been a hot minute. There you are. Come on, Demager, you know everything. You're supposed to be able to answer these questions for me. It does start you in a new galaxy, Worf? Gotcha. Okay, that's in place. Let's make the... Before we make the mining laser, let's just see how far away we have to go. Alright, 4 minutes away. Alright, I'm not going to do mining laser just yet. We'll wait for this batch of chromatic metal to finish up and then we'll go. You get to choose what kind of system. That's true. I always go with the green one personally because I think that takes you to Eisentum if I remember correctly, which is a nice paradise system. 10th galaxy in the stream of galaxies. Euclid's number 1. This is number 10. If you go with the blue system, I think it is, it'll take you to the starts with an H. Yeah, the Purge is the mission that does that. That's true. But if it does the Atlas path, it will. Yes, completing Atlas path will damage your ship, multi-tool, and exosuit tech. So get yourself a garbage multi-tool as well. Switch over to it before you get zapped out of there. The exosuit tech, if you have any extra tech in there, just don't uninstall it. Just go up here and do like this, and just put it down below. That way you don't have to worry about it. Alright, let's go visit the monolith since it's only a few minutes away. Is it 145 degrees in this place? It's like a desert. It shouldn't be that terrible. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a crash ship on the way. Green one means lush, yeah. That's always the best one because you get more paradise systems and stuff like that. Paradise planets, that is. Less aggravation. I always like the Eisentum Galaxy myself. Hilbert Dimension is what I was thinking of. Did someone else? Hildebrand? No, Hilbert Dimension. And then if you choose red, you get everything angry. You get a lot more aggressive planets and stuff like that. And the one that's really light blue has less resources, from what I understand. Never ever chose that one. Didn't really feel like it. So this isn't that terribly far away. Hold on a second. I just had the message that there's something nearby. So I should see a building. Ah, but there's a Sentinel nearby, so no, that's not going to be a crash ship. Alright, moving on. For some reason, when you take off like that, it pulls your camera back now. Whenever you're in the air, so you have a harder time seeing the ground in front of you, so I gotta be careful about that. That's odd. Is that a crashed freighter, or is that just a weird rock formation that I'm looking at? No, it's a crashed freighter, alright. Huh, you can use oxygen too, huh? Yeah. That's why I want to install the laser, so I can gather up carbon as I go. We can come back to this way if we have to. So, the big question is, where's the portal? So hopefully we'll find that out. Whoa, okay. Footprint of the freighter is wider than the freighter itself. How interesting. Love an expedition to build their own space station or take one over. Oh, you speak in my language. I've been talking about that for a while. I'd love to be able to take over a space station. It can even be a pirate station, but I'd like to be able to put the factory, what do you call it, the override in there, station override, and be able to choose the kind of station you want, whether you want it to be one of the newer ones or whether you want it to be a pirate station. And then once you choose, it gives you the option to choose which type. And you can scroll through all the different things about it. Am I going the wrong way? No, okay. I didn't pull a Jason there, huh? What do you prefer, tethered to steer your ship versus locked? I think you've talked about that. That's a weird one. And I think we've just talked about that I didn't quite understand the tethered to locked thing. And I remember you explained it, so I feel like a dumb person asking you about that. Okay, so they're appearing. Alright, the first one's always the easiest one, because I pretty much got this one memorized. See what I mean? Be happy to get some kind of landing pad or landing. Yeah, I agree with that. Riches beyond belief, yeah, don't touch. Just stand back. Okay, what'd I get? Health at maximum. Word for Atlas. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Alright, portal located. And it's how far? 9 hours by foot. How far by Exocraft? 2 hours. That's not terrible. Can't see. So, that could work. We can do that. The problem is, I don't know if it's 2 hours and 1 minute or 2 hours and 59 minutes. That is a problem in No Man's Sky, that it doesn't really round up or down. It always, as long as you're over that mark, it's exactly that far. So, I came from this direction. So if I make a left-hand turn and go that direction, I should come across something, according to the chats I've heard. So since we're heading in that way anyway, let's give it a shot. We are going to need to install the laser, because I think I'm going to go that route at this point. I need 2 life support gels, and I need magnetized ferrite, so I'm going to have to pop out for a second here. And I have no carbon. Of course I don't. Okay, ferrite. I only need 25. Pure ferrite. There we go. Good evening, Nuno. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, a storage area for Corvettes on your freighter. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool, so they don't have to sit outside in the weather. Alright, and 2 life support gels I need to make. And I should be able to do that. What do I need? I'm low on carbon. Where is our friendly neighborhood? See if he's far enough away. Yeah, he's far enough away. Space, go to the controls and pick locked, see if you like it better. Okay. Pick locked. I wonder if I have it that way already. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright. Right, life support gels. Let me see if I have enough. I don't know if I do. Yeah, I do. Good. Okay. Alright, so we do have ourselves a mining laser. So that'll come in handy for carbon. Because we need to pick up fuel on the way, and I don't want to have to keep getting back in and out of my ship. So this is an easier way to get it done. Okay. That way. Organic rocks. Alright, there we go. Is that enough to charge it up all the way? Let me find out. Not, yeah, that did. That did. Okay, so we just need more of that, and we're good to go. All right. All right, well, that's interesting. I can't run them over, but I can... Yeah, interesting. All right, I'm just going to take a quick look here because we've gone a little distance, and I want to see if we run into something. Scope. That could come in handy, you know, while I'm driving. How much does it take to build that again? It was a solar mirror, and I need a wiring loom. Crap. So unless I can come across a wiring loom, that's going to be a problem. Something I can install and then uninstall, so to speak. Yeah. All right. IDing plants. Yeah, everybody tells me that. Honestly, I really like to know about that. I'd like to see a Zane video on that, because I wonder, do you get that much more doing it that way, by IDing them? I've been told you do, but I swear I don't seem to get much more from them. And maybe I'm just being stubborn. You can say yes all you want. 36, 66, not quite 100. All right. Get away from this dude here. Okay. $32. 60, 92, and then 120. I don't know. I'm really not seeing it. Maybe it was the kind of the plants that I got, but I don't know. I'm still skeptical. Love to check that out one of these days and do like about, I don't know, 50 plants. You know, get a good sampling of them, and then do another 50 and see how much I end up with. Yep. Keep forgetting that. We're going to jump out for a second because I want to take a look around. Until I can get a scope attached. There's our trading post 20 minutes away. Hey, One Thumb. No problem, dude. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you, as usual. You head out and have a pleasant rest of your week. We'll see you again next time, man. Combine stuff. Yeah, true. I mean, you get more things. You get double the amount of stuff because maybe they'll have oxygen, like you said, or condensed carbon or something like that. So yeah, I can understand doing it for that reason. That makes sense. These things need to come with headlights. I really do think so. How far away are we now? 135K is how far away we are. Who knows? Maybe we can do some upgrades, but I don't know how many upgrades I can do. I would need like S-Class or something like that, and I don't think I'm going to find somebody with some Exocraft upgrades landing near me anytime soon. I should have enough carbon to get me going for a while now. Let's see. Yeah, we're good on carbon for a while. I would... Now, who's that? Jason? Jason, good to see you. I would if I get a ship. I would have to find a crash ship in order to get the license. So if I run across one, maybe I'll start gathering. But being... It says 2 hours away from the portal over there. I really think that if I can just get to the portal, I can go through and call it a day. So, I mean, if we want to do really, really strict and say, yes, you have to get a license, yes, you have to buy a ship, this is definitely a multi-stream provision at this point. That's interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Just looking for any buildings that might be around. I don't see any nearby. Okay. Good night to all the pallbearers. That's hilarious. It's a funny dude. Ah, get up there. Whoa! Nice. I think that's why I like the Pilgrim so much. You get some great airtime on it. Alright. I think we got something coming up right in front of me. It looks like a plaque, I believe. Yeah, okay. We also have an unknown building to our left. I know what the plaque is for, so I'm not going to bother with it. Let's check out the unknown building, though. Because you never know, right? You never use the bike? Oh, I find it so much more fun. Roamer's pretty cool, too. A lot of folks like the one with the hover pads on it. I can't think of the name of it. That's always a good one to use, especially if you're going to be in an environment that has a lot of water. So yeah, there is that. It is a shelter. Okay. We're here. I'll take a look. All right. Well, that's a good thing. What was it we wanted to install on here? The advanced laser? No, the Cyclops, right? And it needs a wiring loom, so that'll get us that. What's it going to cost us to build a couple of solar mirrors? Have the resources to build that. Alright, so what else? 60 magnetized ferric, we need 120 ferrite. This is cool. Nomad, thank you. Yes, that was the name of it. How much ferrite do I have floating around? We got 11 over here. $32 over there. Pure over here. Okay. What do we got over here? Yeah. For some reason you can't hit all the containers again. I don't know if their hitboxes are screwed up or what happened, but it's still a problem. How much how much magnetized did I need again? 60, so I need 120. It's not going to be enough. All right, let's just get it going anyway. All right, let's see. Because you never know, right? You can always use chromatic metal, but don't really need it. Nomad. You completely missed my question. I'm looking. Hold on. The interest of no question is a stupid question. If you turn on your flashlight, does the headlight come on? Don't think it does. I think I've tried that on the Colossus, and it never worked. But it was one of the things that I wondered about, too, if I remember correctly. You know what I should do? I should be hitting all those little rocks over there on the right. Because those. Because a lot of times the little rocks will give you more crystals, see? And who knows what we'll get out of it. Like you'll get more pure ferrite, for instance. Very nice. Alright. Almost. That's almost it. Good deal. While we're waiting, let's check. Yeah, it does have a headlight, and it does... No, it just came on its own. So that's the only headlight it has. It's just a little dim light in front of it, like the Colossus has. I'm hoping that they change that one of these days. So, all right, I need one more magnetized. So, where are you? Ferrite. There you are. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put the scanner in, and that will come in handy for my driving. And the wiring loom is here. We get a wiring loom out of that. Scope is installed. Before we leave, let's recharge our laser. I'll use that. Okay. That way. And that way I can look through here and I can see if there's anything around. So, a lot easier. Did I grab the, Yeah, I did. So yeah, that headlight is just dim as crap, man. Sorry about that. And light bars tech. Yeah, something like that. They should have some redneck upgrades to it. That's what I'm talking about. Big, huge light bar on the top. Maybe change the exhaust system in it. Whoa! What in the tarnation is that? Okay, speaking of stuff like that. Oh, good. It put me in the cave next to it this time, rather than throwing me outside. Oh, that's not far. Yeah, it should be good. What am I stuck on? There we go. That was weird. Probably that little piece that I didn't hit. Wow. Okay, so traveling at night is not very happy on this planet. Unreal. Yeah, and sorry about the hair. No hat tonight, and frankly, I don't care about the hair tonight. I need a haircut, something bad. Though I am growing the beard out even more. My wife looked at it, she's like, keep growing it out. Keep growing it out. I want to see, you know, how long you can grow it out and how it'll look. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You don't have to take care of it. Maybe I should just be happy at my age that I have hair. How about that? Still says 2 hours. We're down to 1:30 on the clock up there, so that's good. And I keep forgetting I can look around. You know, as you go forward, if you just go like that and turn without moving forward, it works. But anyway. You know what I should do? I should be hitting all kinds of resources, though, now that I think about it. Because we're going to need to open a portal at some point. So we'll need some more dihydrogen. We'll definitely need a bunch of sodium. No, get out of the vehicle. Put your hands up. ZZ Top. No. I don't think I could do that. No. You see how wavy my hair is on top of my head? It will probably curl up really bad, is what I'm thinking. Never did it before, so. Oh, good. Daylight. How are we doing on sodium, by the way? 247. Excellent. And we got a good amount of carbon. We still have the emerald in the other vehicle. Nope. There we go. Really? 300 only filled it up that much? Okay. Who knows? Okay, take a look around. I gotta admit, having the Cyclops is kind of a handy thing, so I am glad they added that. Buzz cut? No. I'll trim it back. It just needs to be trimmed back a little bit. You know, I am obviously fading in the front a little bit, but if it's like my grandfather's hair, that will be pretty much it. It'll just fade back a little bit at the temples and thin up a little bit in the front, and that's pretty much going to be it for me. If I take after him. Now, if I take after my father, I should be very thin by now, so I don't know. Boom. Just checking, because you never know. Can we get through there? Yes, we can. Alright, how we doing? Still says 2 hours at 128. Time check. Okay, it's been about 15-20 minutes. What that? Alright. Not an important message. But... I wonder, hold on a second. Alright, so the distance I can see with this scanner, like, that's 500 units away, the solar vine. I can't see it from here. So the distance you can see with the Cyclops is much shorter. And it doesn't give us a distance on the scope here. It just tells us how far away it is. Because those items are 221 and 395. I can see the phosphorus at 395, but I can't see the solar vine at 494. So I'm going to guess about 400 is about how far you can see. That's interesting. Supercharged slot, not a bad idea. Who wants to get out? We'll get you out of there. No, still can't see the solar vine. So let me do something here. Let me go over here just a little bit. Phosphorus, we can still see. How far away is it? Now, see, that's 421 now. So this doesn't make any sense. That's interesting. Maybe it's only certain things you can see. Although the scan works, look at that. Isn't that interesting? And now I can see the solar vine. How interesting. Alright, so that's pretty much what it is. That's fascinating. Am I going the right way? I can't tell anymore. It's over here. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Whee! Just found another hole. Whoop. Too late. I did find another hole. But this one, I can pull it back out of, so to speak. Alright. We're going to land in a different one, right? Is that how it works? Phosphorus. Phosphorus is a charging component too, if I'm not mistaken. It's interesting. I have to think about that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make a difference. And that's true too. Let's do it. Just do that real quick. Too bad I can't put a... I don't think you can. Hold on. No, you can't put the excavator thing on. Ah, wait a minute. Building. And it's probably a building anyway, so... Yep, another shelter. Okay. Not worried about it, I'll keep going. Come on, get through there. You can do it. Off we go. Wow, those trees not being able to be... I mean, it's both a blessing and a curse, because you can... Usually when you're harvesting something, and you shoot it with your laser and you actually run into it, it will disappear. You won't get the benefit of getting everything out of it. But in this case, it's, like I said, it's a blessing and a curse at this point here. We're going to need to recharge everything, so I'm going to go ahead and get some carbon now. Okay, that should be enough. See? How far? 125. It still says 2 hours. It's also a good test of that. And if we were in a roamer, I bet you anything it would be further away, or considered to be further away. Ah, I think that was one of them. Yes, it was. Wow, what was that all about? That's an interesting cave. Huh. So I'd like to finish this by about 9:30. Maybe if I can stop getting out of my vehicle, I'll get there quicker. Okay, still 2 hours at 124. I'm thinking I want to see what happens when we get to 120. And we'll see what happens. Unknown building. That's another trick, too, is if you don't actually go to the spot where the unknown building is that you highlighted, it will find one closer. Or you'll keep popping them up in front of you as long as you don't actually go all the way to the building. Alright, that's a big complex there. I mean, if it was a minor settlement, I might have stopped in, but not interested. Plus, it's also not a, like, crash ship locator or anything like that, so... No, I haven't seen any scrap though either. So there's no green barrels anywhere that I've noticed. 122, okay. Oops, okay. Imagine pulling a trailer behind this and grabbing scrap. Every time you hit a bump, that stuff would go flying. Really want some kind of gravity well generator you can throw in the back. $121. Come on. There's a gap. Take it. Oof, that was close. Selfie to see how it would look with a mohawk. Another building. Also not one that's worthwhile. This is a factory. Factory. Got another building in front of me. That's a beacon. Interesting. We can keep going though, so that's fine. Okay, how far? Still says 2 hours at 120. Alright. So I wonder what would drop it down to 1 hour. Whoops. Ah, well. There we go. $119, it still says 2 hours. Crap. Oh well. It's really hoping. We're going at a pretty good clip. I mean, this thing is just eating up ground fast. So I will say that that's actually worth it if I can stop running into everything anyway. Yeah, rails, tarp, straps. I've heard them all, man. Another building in front of me, another monolith, and another unknown building beyond that. There's a monolith. I could stop by and try to get an advanced mining laser from it, but the way we're going right now, I think we'll be alright. We just need to pick up some more minerals. Probably like those. Can I get those, or do I not have the... No, I don't. But more dihydrogen would be necessary. That's another beacon. How interesting. More bacon. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too. So it was at what, 134 when we started, and we're at what, 118, 117? Oh, it says 1 hour now. Look at that. So we're at like an hour and 59 minutes. So checking the time. Yeah. So we should be able to make this done in about 2 hours from this point. So sit back, grab your popcorn, enjoy the drive. I wish I could play some music and not get in trouble. Ooh. But it's interesting to see what kind of things we're coming across as far as places along the way. Whoop, oh, careful. Thanks, okay. Long time, only the Mohawks. That's too cold for the winter. I thought about going with a goat. But the wife doesn't seem to like that. I don't know why. She just has, she just doesn't look right on you. I'm like, okay. And yet I talk to other people, and, you know, I trust my wife, don't get me wrong, I do trust her. But other people are like, you know, hey, no, that looks good on you. But I don't know if they're just being polite. So, there's that. What? I should have a ton of carbon on me. Interesting. Alright. Whoops. Saw the hole at the last minute. Not going to do that again. Okay. Start with you. There we go. And it's still not fully charged. Wow. All right. And we just got an indication that we're near something. Manufacturing facility again, yeah. Okay, you guys are going crazy on this. What? At least it isn't raining and there's no portal in a storm. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, I know. Let's start with you.
Technology recharge.
No, that's not what I'm doing. Okay.
Technology recharge.
Your universe ElanPaul will be interesting with a goatee. There we go. Nice Star Trek reference. Thank you very much, Gra Williams. And yes, it's Gra. Not Gary. You be mispronouncing it. Miss Chase, it's still there. I've just learned to live with it. You know, come on. I can complain up a storm, but, you know, it's a guy thing. You know how we are. We always complain. I somehow have a tolerance for it. I'm doing something I'm enjoying, so my head doesn't really bother me as much when I'm doing something like this. It's when I'm at work and I get a very crazy message from somebody indicating that they need some information to be provided to them about something that I provided them with a week ago. And that bothers me. I think that was one of the other things that gave me a headache today. So, 112. So it dropped around the 118 mark, so I'm guessing 59 will drop under an hour. Yeah, everybody gave me crap for shaving my beard off, so... But I'm not blaming anybody. I had not quite made a mistake with my beard, and I was like, you know what, let me just shave it off. Let's clean up. Let's go clean shaven for a couple weeks. I did it at the worst time. It was quite cold out, one of the coldest winters we'd had in a while, and I was better off having the beard, but... Before the end of the cold snap, I had grown it back enough that it was actually protecting me again. But yeah, a lot of people were like, no, grow the beard back. Even my wife said, she goes, you want to keep it, you know, with clean shaven for a while, that's fine. And then about a week went by and she's like, nah, grow it back. I'm like, thank you. Shelter, okay. Any other buildings nearby? Since I'm in the neighborhood? No? Okay. We're at 110. You know, we don't even have to look through the scope. We can just center on there and we can figure out that that's as far as we need to go. Kept my hair. Let go the last 3 years. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, I've seen that in the camera there, Willie. I knew a fella that had shaved off his beard. It's his daughter. I don't know. She was probably 3 years old, 2 to 3 years old, and he had to shave off his beard for some unknown reason. I don't know why he shaved off. I honestly didn't recognize the guy. He had one of these most glorious beards you'd ever seen. You know, very thick, very impressive looking, and actually, he was one of the guys I got advice on and getting it. This guy gets out of these spots pretty easily, and his daughter didn't recognize him. She kind of started crying, and he's like, crap, So he had to grow it back, had to talk to her for a little bit before she understood it really was daddy. I thought sad and yet hilarious at the same time that that's how much your beard is recognized by people, you know. That's what they see in you. Didn't jump that time, I just wanted to take a look. Even I'm starting to get a little bit dizzy watching this. Gather what I can when I can. Expedition when we get... where we get to get rid of sentinels. That's interesting. I mean, it's one thing to shut down the network from a sentinel hive. I don't know, that's gonna have to be one of these days that's gonna happen. With the Void Mother coming and everything like that. Unless it's gonna be a shared universe with the Void Mother, and that's just something we're gonna have to live with.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shuri. Shirley. Shirley. John Michael, thank you very much for subscribing, my friend. 07 to you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't expect, ever since I demonetized, ever since I've decided not to be monetized, there we go, I'm pretty sure that the videos that I'm making and the live streams are not getting pushed to the forefront anymore. You know, if YouTube can't make its money off of me, then there you are. But that's okay. It's been a little bit easier going without it, and I'm kind of taking a relaxed stance to it. Yep. That's my signal to take a quick peek around. Alright, there is a building right over there, and I don't see any sentinels hogging the place, so let me check it out real quick. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like anything. Hold on. Solar vines. A little campsite. Oh, it's a trade ball. That's what we got here. Trade ball. Alright. Just thinking. Let me grab a couple of these. Good. That's a little bit handy, because I can turn them into just regular dihydrogen, and then I'll have plenty to get through the portal with. So for the portal, we need sodium, oxygen or carbon, which we should be able to get plenty of. That shouldn't be a problem. I used up most of my oxygen, so, but either one will do fine. Let's see, got some emerald, got the dihydrogen, and then there's a fifth element we need. I think it's, was it ferrite, or ferrite related, if you will. Wow, that's quite a drop, my gosh. We will see. Oh yeah, we could have sold the storm crystals, that's true. But right now, fuel is required. Okay, what's our distance? 104, okay. That's odd, I didn't get an alert for this particular building. It's called Speaking Too Soon. Looks like another campsite. Hey, it's another trade ball. Maybe I should sell that storm crystal, guys. I just had this weird idea that I should probably get rid of the storm crystal. Oh. Ha 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 ha. It's over here. Yeah. Okay. Done. Alright, good deal. What do they have anyway? Ammonia. I don't think the ammonia comes in handy or anything. Okay. We should be good. Let's go. I don't want to spend too much time like this because we have places to go and people to see. Or at least a portal anyway. Yeah, it doesn't have much daytime. It seems to be more nighttime. I agree. Copper. Copper does work. The fact that I found some emerald comes in handy because I think the ratio for emerald on the portals is going to be a little bit better. So we'll just use it up. It's no big deal. Let's see. So we've got about, let me think here. Today's Wednesday, so I think we've got about 3 weeks to go on the expedition. It's not going to tell me what it is, huh? So 3 weeks to go on that. Then we had one season where it might have been last year actually, where they kept coming out with expedition after expedition after expedition, and it was crazy busy. We couldn't even keep up with it. So maybe it was the year before actually. Do we need a grave? No. We've unlocked all the recipes. We have all glyphs, all 16. 12? 16. Gotta do wee once in a while. Wee. Okay, take a quick peek. There are ships ahead of me. That's interesting. Usually means we're going to see a trading outpost pop up soon. Possibly an archive. How far? We're at 101. We haven't dropped below 100 yet. But, you know, after seeing an update like we just got, I wonder what else do they have in store? Because that was kind of crazy. Nobody saw it. And I really am hoping, not only the space station thing, but I'm really hoping that they do an overhaul on building. You know, base building and things like that. So. Well, I still have the drops on there, huh? I'll look into that. But I turned that off. Woohoo. Come on, that way. Quick peek. Got 2 buildings nearby. That's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, we're gonna need more fuel. Okay, so we got a drop pod and what looks to be a navigation beacon. Makes no sense. Is that a ship? Can't tell. Nope, it is not. Alright, so we need some more carbon. What I should be looking for, more condensed carbon, because I think that would be a better option at this point. But we shall see. Should be below 100, I hope. 99. Okay, we're there. Oh, is Richie in here? I didn't see him. No, Richie, I can see you perfectly fine. Membership not necessary. Whoops. I'm in the trees. That's interesting. enjoy your content. That's what I... Oh, no, don't worry about it, man. I catch your comment up there. No, don't worry about it, dude. Whoa, okay, I'm in a cave. I'm not in a cave. I'm out of the cave. Okay. Now, again, it was a decision kind of off the cuff, and I'm going to have to dig my way out of this one, I think. I realized that a couple different things I realize is what it is. Let's see. Really? That's nice. Wow, this thing is just not working the way I expected. Hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. There. Come on. Come on, just get off of that there. Thank you. Alright, we're back to normal. Just checking this campsite out. Alright. So yeah, it was good old tax season, and I realized that government was taking quite a bit in taxes. So I realized it just wasn't worth it for that. And maybe one day down the road. Now the funny part is that if someone had told me that at the beginning, when I first got to the point where it could be monetized, I probably would have said, I'm going to do it anyway. So I don't think it's something that somebody else will listen to. If you're looking to do this for a living and you're laid off or something like that, you have every day of the week to spend streaming every single day, that's another story. I'm not in that kind of position, so I do this to just enjoy it. Okay, they're done. Let's check out the weapon. It's not even worth it, to be honest. Okay. Okay. You know, I don't know if my laser on the bike will do better. Yeah, it looks like it takes about the same amount of time. So, yeah, it was just one of those things I came to the decision that the monetization, the small amount I made, it worked for the first year and a half, and I was able to build up enough money out of it. The government didn't take much of it at all at that time, and it helped me get a new, all the components I needed to build a new PC. Now I'm done with that. I don't need the new PC. I'm doing fine with what I've got. What else do I need it for? I'm not getting enough to really make that much of a difference. So, to me, it was like, nah, I'm not going to worry about it. It's not necessary, and I don't really have much to worry about. So, what are these giving me? That one's pretty good. This one's bah, but I'll keep it in there. And I'll just stick this in the Exo and in the tool just to keep it there. Okay, good deal. So no more sentinels. I can harvest to my heart's content. So that's why it happened, and I appreciated everybody. I mean, all the time, all the money that you guys have spent on the channel, if you will. Granted, I only had it up for like $1.99 or something like that. I don't see, unless I'm making money at it, I don't see any reason to charge $5, $6, $7 for memberships to the channel, because that's just the way I feel, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. That's why I only provided the one level, because it just made sense that if I'm going to do it, this is all that you guys really need to do, and I'm not going to charge you that much for it. Now, who cares? I'm not doing that anymore, so I'm not worried about it, and I'll still live stream. I'll still make videos. I still take requests for content. If you guys want to see something in No Man's Sky, if I don't know the answer to it and can't answer it, I'm going to experiment. You know, so there's that. Wow, can't see where I'm going. I don't like it that it does that to your camera. Come on, go, 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 go. So. Yeah, as long as you don't tolerate it. But, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like, why charge for content when, you know, I always do my live streams without ads on anyway. You know, I don't see any reason for you guys to be watching something that's like, all right, so guys, this is really, really important. What you want to do here is, do you have erectile dysfunction? You know, that's the last thing you need to hear. And I even had somebody else say the same thing, that, you know, they watch these videos with their kids, and here they are, they got ads about, you know, marital counseling and everything else under the sun, and, you know, ED, whatever. So it's like, come on, man. So I never had the live streams with commercials, but I'd always turn them on afterwards, and then I start realizing that, what am I doing? Whoa, okay, I don't know how I got around that. That was weird. But I'll take it. We got another building straight in front of us, so let's see what that one is. Fuel required? And it's a little campsite, okay.
Technology recharge.
Atlas Eternal? What is this? Atlas Eternal is... it allows you to turn in your discoveries to the Atlas now. And it is a never-ending thing. Don't bother it. That is just... you finished the Atlas storyline. That means you've completed that as well. So it's finished. You've obviously done the Artemis storyline, so you're done with that too. Now you're gonna get other stuff. Have you already started settlements? They never let me pick a color. Really? Interesting. But at least you have access to a new dimension or a new galaxy at this point. You can always go back to your old one. Before you do, though, I would at least hit a space station. And that way you have access to that dimension or galaxy whenever you want. How we doing? How far away? 93? Okay. Atlas. Not Atlas. Yeah, archive. Sorry. I'm not even sure if I really care about going to the archive, to be honest. I mean, it's got ships there. We can take a look around and see if there's a crashed ship. Archives like to harbor crashed ships around them. But in my own mind, I'm like, let's just keep going. Still in Euclid, it says? Well, that's weird. I could have swore it took you to another galaxy on that one, too. You do have to make the Starseed and the other one, I think. And I think you've already done that. Okay, that way. Both of them, yeah. Yeah, just it's Radiant Quest that just you can do over and over and over again. Kind of like with your base computer. Once you get to 99%, it'll just take you to different areas of different solar systems and give you nanites or, you know, a minor upgrade or something like that. And it's done. But at some point, you will come across the autophage, and that's the next storyline. That's not one that's going to take you to another galaxy, but it gives you access to a lot more stuff. all the purple systems, the autophage staff, the multi-tools. I really want an autophage ship. Like, that would be pretty cool, unless that's the Colossus in its trash form. I don't know. Sorry, just a joke. 90, come on now. Yeah, I kind of figured it would be happening soon. How come it didn't charge it all the way? I had more than enough to charge it all the way. It had 200. I think that's a bug. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's like I need to keep this laser going all the time now. And I'm gonna have to recharge my laser here in a minute. So I might as well stay put for just a moment and gather all this stuff up. All the whispers.
Weapon charge depleted. Technology recharge.
That was weird. Alright. I think we're good for now. Keep going. And it just ended. Well, that's weird. So anytime, just as a side note too, anytime you go through the center of the galaxy, it will damage your ship, your multi-tool, and everything on your person. So make sure you have some kind of junk ship that requires very little repair, that has a hyperdrive that's fully ready to go. You just charge up the hyperdrive, go through, it gets damaged, you fix it up real quick, and then grab your regular ship and keep going. And that's what I've been doing for galaxy hopping purposes. You know what? Where are you? Huh. I don't know why I didn't do that before. We get a lot more this way. We should get a lot more this way. No? Okay, let me try it the other way around. Hold on. There. Yeah, get a plant that I'm coming at. It's also much quicker this way, now that I think about it. But these plants, they should go a lot faster. Okay. We got a building straight in front of us. Yeah, good timing, huh? Nothing more than another campsite. Yeah, you made it to another galaxy in the Artemis run. You should have had another one in this one too, but my bad. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Someone did, and I think one of you just said it was a bug. That can happen. 87. So where did I say? I said 60, no, 59. Whee! Bam. Very good. I think Marty had to leave us. I might have missed Marty leaving. I apologize if I did. So you have to go to each one, like, chronologically, so to speak. If you know of, like, for instance, if you go to the anomaly, and you go to the portal there, and it has the bases that are highlighted, that you can go to see that haven't been updated in an age and a half. But if you go there, you can go to different galaxies that way, too. But if you go to the center of the galaxy, you will be going through them numerically, if you will, 1 through 254. There is, I think you can get to 254. 255, I think you can only get to if you know somebody that you can piggyback with. Hey, what do you know? Oh yeah, that's right. Huh. Well, I'll grab it, because I think these can be used for the gases can, anyway. The gases can be used for stuff. Can't see. Weapon systems repaired? Critical systems repaired. Oh, okay. Got it. Interesting. Did we have damage or something that I don't know about? Core health. Whatever. Just go. I'm not going to sit there and figure that one out. That's weird. Traveled to the center of the galaxy. I warped for more than 6 hours. I didn't know the portal method. Yeah, I did that one time purposely. And I actually have a video on that, going all the way to the center of the galaxy. I think it was in permadeath, too. And to see how long it took. But what I ended up doing is I ended up throwing it in a video editor and speeding it up. So you didn't have to go through it all with me. You just saw every jump. Bink, boom, dink, bink, bink, bink. Just went to every single jump I did. And I think I used a Sentinel ship, so I was going about not quite 2,000 light years at a shot. And yeah, it was like 300 jumps when I was all said and done. Actually, more than that. It was 350, if I remember correctly. So. And another, what do you call it there? Another beacon. Looks like we got another building right beyond it. It was fun, though. Okay, we got an observatory is what that would be. It's funny. I haven't run across any of the others. Whoop. Whoop. Got it. Okay. Let's see. No, not the observatory. The observatory picks up a freighter or a nice place on another planet. You want a different one, and we'll if we see it, we'll see it. It's not that one. I know that for a fact. That's one of the ones I worry about later. Plus, it'll always find, in my case, a ship that's like 18 hours away. It's on the other side of the planet, in the opposite direction. But you all know how that is. You want a transmission tower. That's the word I'm thinking of. This is not. This is pair of shelters. Center of Hilbert. What did I miss on that one? Okay, so I'm Hilbert dimension, I have to go through the center and so on and so forth. I can't just keep going through the Euclid center. Correct, correct. If you go through Euclid, you're going to go to the next galaxy, which is Hilbert. If you go through Euclid again, you go back to Hilbert every single time. So yeah, they are numerically ordered and linked in that way. I understand your question now. I apologize. So yeah, that's how that works. So. Can I still destroy these? Nope. Good. Wondered about that. Okay, how far out? Still 80? Okay. So we want to get this down as far as we can. What time? 8. Okay. Another building right over there. Check it out. And it's a very interesting setup too. I want to say, like, galaxy number 21, is also a lush galaxy. You will run across galaxies that are aggressive at times, so you got to be careful. A lot of aggressive sentinel planets in those galaxies, but yeah, the portal method is pretty good. There is somebody that did a chart, if you Google it, of all the closest planets to the center. So you can go in there, you can put all, you know, sunsets in, for instance, and it will take you to, well, that was weird. It will take you to a planet that's usually about 5,000 or so light years from the center. But they did a different chart, and that chart shows the closest ones, which are literally, you go to that planet, you switch out your ship, get to the garbage ship, take off, and you go right from there to the center immediately. So you don't have to do a couple jumps to get to the center. But that's up to you. I think it's easier, personally, to do all suns, in my own mind, because it's easy to remember, rather than pulling up a chart trying to get all the, you know, what is it, 12 glyphs in there just right and all that. So that is a building, but it won't tell me what it is. Looked like it wanted to, but then it gave up. Shelter? Yeah, another shelter.
Fuel required.
Yeah, you are just a hungry little ship, aren't you?
Technology recharging.
And it's out again. Sorry, just wanted to get focused on that because I need fuel. It's nice turning off the sentinels, though. I don't have to get them in the way and get them angry at me every time I take out some. Come on, come on, come on. Nope, that ain't working. There we go. We're out. That's pure ferrite. I don't need that. There we go. Starduster, good night. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Griffin, thank you very much. Appreciate that as well. Oh, is Blind Richie saying goodbye? I apologize, Richie, if you're saying goodbye as well. I'm trying to catch who is actually saying goodnight. But thank you very much for, you know, whoever's leaving, thank you very much for being here. There we go. Alright, come on now. I think that the Stranded run, even though it is, you know, not necessarily permadeath, is probably the easiest of the no starter ship challenges. Just for this reason, that you get to use an exocraft and you can get around a little bit quicker. So, there's that. I think next time, depending on how things go with the current expedition, if the other guys chicken out, yep, I said it, and decide not to try to challenge the 113 I put up there, which I really think is doable, then if they do, we'll try another run. If they don't, then we will just do a fugitive run next, which is definitely, you know, definitely harder. We may even do an abandoned no starter ship challenge. That might be better. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I did that one time, and I posted a video of it where the ship actually took off for some weird reason, but one of those weird glitches. Oh, Exodus, very good. Exodus, have a pleasant evening. Pleasant afternoon, I guess. Maybe you have work to get to. I don't know. It's kind of early over there. Really? So it did that for this. Interesting. There's no other... There is another one right there. No, going straight. Not going backwards. So we're going to be down below an hour soon. 73, okay. There's a lot of ships over there. There might be another landing platform nearby. Oh, our mining laser's almost out too. Great. There we go. Okay, that's not a jetpack. Why are you cruising around? What am I cruising around in? Ah, Griffin, this is called the Pilgrim. It's the Exocraft motorcycle, if you will. For this particular expedition, for this particular challenge, you're allowed to use Exocraft, as long as it isn't the Minotaur or the Nautilon. Nautilon you only can use on a water planet anyway, and you never start on a water planet, so... to me, the Pilgrim's one of my most favorite ones because it is the fastest of all the Exocraft, personally. Tested and approved. So, its average speed on a flat terrain is over 60. Look what we found. Well, looky here. And we have a trader that just landed nearby, too. That's funny. So let's get his license. Warning signal's fine. Okay, which will get the... okay, photon cannon module, that's fine. And we do have a landed pilot over there, and I'm tempted on taking a drive over, but I don't have any nanites to speak of, yeah. It's not worth it. So now we have a license for a fighter. So that's good. Any fighter will be good. It's a fighter, so that's all good. You ever seen this one before? If we can get to daytime, it would be great, but that's what it looks like. Kind of gives this Batman vibe, if you will, a little bit, with the big wheels and stuff like that, but it's a pretty cool bike. I do like them. So, alright, so we've got ships over here going absolutely bonkers. I don't think so. Maybe if we run across another landing platform, I'll think about it. But in all honesty, it's probably not really necessary. Can't believe we found a crashed ship in our travels like that, though. That's pretty cool. The only thing we're allowed to take from the crashed ship is the quote-unquote license. So I now have a pilot's license for a fighter, which I can now go to a landing platform and purchase one from somebody. Or from somebody who lands, like that guy back there, but I don't have anywhere near the money to do that, and I would have to start gathering up a lot of materials, like buried cash and stuff like that. But at this point we are... It's not going to show me now? Oh, that's weird. But now. Nope, still not showing me how far away I am. Let's get around all this stuff real quick. is it should show me up at the top how many kilometers, if you will, kilounits I am away from this place. No? Okay. It's interesting. No problem. Glad to show it off a little bit. You put some of the upgrades in it, like some S-Class or X-Class upgrades on the boosters and stuff on this thing. Like on a flat terrain like here, like I said, you're hitting over 60. You know, it gets up to 120. With the upgrades, this thing will do close to 150. The fastest I've had it is up to just over 500. But that was falling off of a platform way up in the air. I hit a 500 unit per hour speed with it that way. That was fun. Got to do crazy things once in a while because, well, that's what you should do in a game. You always play by the rules. What milestone is that? Oh. Means we just came across something nearby that's a building, probably there. It's probably a factory. Yep. We found a what do you call it, a sentinel hive earlier, so makes that part easy. I really like for it to show me whereabouts or how far away it is, but I've got to stop dropping into caves like this to do that. I think that should be good. Let's see. Come on, you can get it. You can do it. There we go. Good boy. Okay, good. Go.
Fuel required. Technology recharge.
Yeah, I still don't see the distance, unfortunately. I'm gonna probably get out in just a second and take a look. See if I can bring that back to normal. Oh my gosh. Stuck. Alright, let's take a peek. Yep. A little bit of a bug there because at times that disappears and I don't know why. So maybe if I tag it. No, it's not telling me over on the left how far away it is. Alright. We know that we should be below 60 units away when it drops under an hour. And then we can just track it by time and we're good. Yeah, right? The sun's finally coming out. I don't know what it is about this planet that it has such a short daytime. But there you are. Okay, where is the... There it is. Right into it. Good job. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth going all the way over here. Yeah, another one of those, yeah. There's one more. There we go. On our way. If anything, all that stuff is worth, you know, it's worth some units. So, we'll just take it along the way. You know what I should do? Inventory full. Nope, can't put that in anywhere. And I might as well get rid of it. I don't need it anyway. Get rid of that too. We don't need those. Okay, let me just see what I got in here I can get rid of. Yeah, you can go in there. Alright, anything else in the Exocraft? Look at all we got in here though, man. That's pretty cool. Got some good, valuable stuff, I suppose. At least that's something. Anyway. Move on. Goal is to find as many systems. Oh, let me get around that garbage in there. My goal is to discover so many systems in the Euclid Galaxy that there's a good chance new players will start in mine. I hope you're successful, because even the Euclid Galaxy, I am still running across brand new places. Oh, look at this, bones. Check that out, huh? We could sell. Actually, we could sell some stuff to them, can't we? Clear up some inventory space. What's up, dude? That's not the place. He's over there. Oh, crud. Of course. And we probably don't have enough inventory space for this. We don't need that either. Don't need that, don't need that. Okay, there we go. Okay. Keep the nitrogen. Rich carbon, definitely. There we go. That looks pretty good. And let's get rid of the radon, the Herox. I think that's it. Oh, uranium, geodesite, nitrogen, salt, and rich carbon. Okay, that's it. 1.8 million. That's not bad. So, we'll keep our eyes peeled. Still not giving me a distance. Yeah, the stack sizes are brutal. Yeah. And that's the whole purpose, you know. You put it on the most difficult settings you possibly can to get through this. But I think we're doing pretty good. Thank you, Neck. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here too. Nice. The condensed carbon, always good. Should really be drinking more water. Actually. I think condensed carbon is a better option. System I started was Flash Jordan LOL. That inspired me to mass claim a bunch of them. For a little while there, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Captain Steve. Some of you, most of you are, but some of you newer folks may not. Captain Steve over on YouTube, him and, let me see, Professor Cynical and a couple others ended up doing a little weird mini game of their own where they took over a bunch of systems and then would start to fight over systems. At that point, you invade somebody's system real quick and then try to take it over by claiming all the planets and fighting all the fighters in there. They PvP on. You don't have to do PvP, but it was an interesting scenario. I found, of all the weird systems in the world, I found this weird planet. I found, not a weird planet. The planet itself is a paradise planet. Very pretty. But the system only has 2 planets. And this one is tucked in behind the first planet. So when you appear in the system, you're looking at a planet, and this one is on the other side. And I don't know what possessed me to go over there and check out the other planet just to see what it was like. But it turned out to be Paradise Planet. And very, very pretty. Beautiful. And so, in light of that, the weird part about this whole system is that it was in a... What does it have? It does have emerald or possibly indium or something like that. But it's a completely empty system. There is no space station or species in the system. So you wouldn't think of going there at any point in time or, you know, for any reason. So I renamed the system Rest Stop. And when you appear in the system and you look at that first planet, it says, if the planet is renamed, no, the other side. And then you find the planet I discovered. And like I said, it's just gorgeous. It's a really pretty planet. And I've got a couple of community planets, at least 2. Where? That way? Two different systems, you got shelter, and it looks like, I don't know if this is a factory or... Factory. We will find some green barrels over here someplace. Get off of there. Stop that. Yeah, I don't see them here, but yeah, it's an abandoned facility. That's all that is. Oh, timer's down below an hour. It says 59 and a half. Our booster does speed up things, so I'm hoping it will be less than an hour. Do we have enough to fuel this? We do. Like, stop running into everything. Ooh, that was an oxygen patch. I probably should have stopped and picked it up. Oh well. The only remnant I usually do is whatever I find a worm-infested planet with giant worms, I rename it to Worm Hell 001, 002, etc. Yes. Yes. I agree wholeheartedly with you. I hate those wormy planets. They're just not worth it. Okay, we find debris. And that was the unknown building. Okay, that's not a problem. Ooh, over here. Sorry, buddy. I'm just trying to gather up condensed carbon because it's a better fuel agent for this particular guy. You know what I should do? I should hit all the balloon hazardous plants too. We'll check it out. It looked kind of funky. Okay, it looks like a shelter. Alright. It's the smoke that was throwing me off. Finding a lot of structures here. I mean, beacons and stuff too, but still. Extra Colossus upgrades going to be available after the expedition. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've actually already did a... On my saves, I've already, at least one of them, which basically opens it up for all your saves at that point. I've already gone through all the extra stuff so that you get all the treads, all the rear furnace instead. Very handy that is. If you like it. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff. This looks like a factory. It's going to tell me more of the sentinels, yes. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with them this time. Okay, looks like we have a regular transmission tower over there. It wasn't a transmission tower I was trying to think of. It was a different name. Okay, so the flora, hazardous flora, I was curious, it only gives me 10. So that may not be worth it.
Fuel required.
Just thinking about that.
Technology recharge.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's finished. You just go into a regular save, build a Colossus on a planet that is fairly good. I did post one, I think. Maybe I didn't. I did find a moon that was relatively easy to get around on. Not terrific, but it was relatively easy. And because it's a moon, everything's closer together, so all the trash heaps are closer to the processing centers. And if you go through it, and you do, and you can Google this too. If you go through it, it'll show you what you need to gather in order to open up all the rest of the items. And I've opened them all up, and like I said, they're now available in all of my saves. You know, that furnace, like I said, is very handy. If you put the furnace back on there and you get to one of those trash heap sites, you can throw away all the metal first, which gives you rusted metal or nanites and stuff like that. And then you pick up the rest of the more valuable trash and you can truck it back. That way you clear out a site completely. And which I always appreciate doing. Right there. Nah, keep going. So 52 minutes. Should probably look into upgrades. Supposedly another building nearby. Looks like right over here. Okay, just a little campsite. Nothing special. You know, you see those ships flying. Means we should have a landing facility somewhere nearby. I would think. I've run into a tree. Look at that, he's peeling out. Go around. Come on, man. Whoa, okay. Talk about a pitted environment there. If I found another landing platform, we'll see about purchasing a ship, but... But we don't do the expedition, or they just plan it to permanently lock? No. You can still gather them. There are certain things you can acquire, I believe. Oh, look at that. Archive. I don't know if they're always going to be, if they're not going to be available at all. Like the the excavation scoop on the front, the Cyclops scope, which I have available to me. I don't know if you can open them up or not outside of the expedition. So I would say if it's at all possible, at least do it. Take your time. I've put out different videos about it. I know several of us have done quite a few videos about it. You don't have to speedrun it. What do you do to charge this up? Just out of curiosity. Okay, I don't see phosphorus in there, so I was curious about that. Let's just do this real quick. I do want to hit the landing platform because I am curious as to whether I can get how much one of the fighters run. Because then we could just fly there, but we'd still have to gather up expensive materials. It's a hauler. Oh, for crying out loud, Paul. I swear I fly better than that. I'm not drunk. Hauler. That's pretty much it right there. If I could get a bead on it, I could tell you how much it costs, but... oh well. So 2 down there, we got 2 up here and 1 over there. So let's see what we have in inventory over here. If you need them to stabilize. We have nothing to sell that I'm aware of. No. Yeah. Nothing in there worth my time. Okay. So that's a shuttle. We can't purchase that. That's an explorer. We can't purchase that. Another explorer. Or shuttle, I mean. Can't get that. Fighter, we can buy that. So 8 million. That's what they're going for. They're going for about 8 mil. And we can't trade in our other ship, and we only have, what, 1.8? So by the time we gather everything up to purchase that, what is it? It's about not quite $500,000 for a stack of buried tech. Yeah, so we need at least 6 million. A little bit more. So 2 stacks. Yeah. $14 stacks. Yeah. I don't know if that's worth it. I think that's going to take too long. Yeah, I got it. We got a fighter for the license, Keith. Found one. Ran across it. Any family Minecraft happening soon? Last one was fun watching. Yeah, actually, I think we're going to do that again. I'm not sure what weekend. We're going to probably do it coming up here soon. Maybe this weekend. It just depends upon the other... wrong way. The other peoples. Not so much the younger kids, but the older one that's married and her husband, my son-in-law. I got to see what their schedule looks like. But... oh yeah, I gotta do that still, don't I? That'll work. And guess what? It's nighttime again. So yeah, by the time we gather up 14 stacks of that stuff, we can only gather up 9 at a time, which if you get 4 every single time, you know, that's still gonna take a while to gather it all up, so... trade what to? Oh, got it. I can't trade my original ship. The original ship is off limits. It's too wrecked and it's not valuable enough. Wow, off the top of the trees. Love that. Whoa, okay. Skipped over the top of a cave. Well, that is better. We get through there? No? Yeah, we can. Oh. couple buildings over this way. That looks like a... Yeah, that's what we're looking for, isn't it? So this is what Exolus was talking about earlier. So that's how you discover a distress signal. If you're lucky, the ship is really close by. Guarantee you, I'm going to say on foot, it will be at least 8 hours away. 7. I was close. I was very close. 7 hours away in that direction, which is basically the opposite direction we just came from. So, yeah. So we ain't going that way. By this way, 2 hours away. So, heck, we might have passed it on the way for all I know. Angus, take care, buddy. Have a good evening. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you, buddy. Really? Well, who told me that? Keith, thank you very much. I must have missed that. I could have swore he had it in there. And it's been a hot minute since I've done a stranded run. That he had it in there, you couldn't use the crashed ship. But that's cool. I'll go with that. I am not going to complain. So the crashed ship will probably be worth, let's say it's worth $1 million. I don't think it'll be worth much more. If we run across another platform or something, we'll stop over and see what happens. Maybe it's worth 2. But it will never be worth more than 2. And they always start you with a radiant pillar, so it's not like we're starting with a, you know, A-class hauler or something like that worth 60 million. Yeah, could be. Could be where I got the license from, Worf. Whee! Now that is nice. I used to look around when I was doing that a while back, but anyway. I need to make sure I get more stuff for fuel. No, not ferrite dust, Paul. There's that too. Let's use you. Okay, what happened here? Alright, let's try that way. Nope, that's the wrong way, apparently. Got it. Haha. If you can get a jump at the right moment, sometimes you can clear the little rim that are on those holes. Alright, there we go. Alright, that was very awkward and did not work out well at all. Let's try that again. That's pure ferrite. I don't need that. Starduster, have a great evening. Thank you very much for being here. Now you got me wondering. Come on, get through there. Nope. Oh, I didn't realize I could do that. You see what I'm looking at? Yeah, back the other way? Really? You're gonna send me all the way back the other way. I love it. Okay. Let's do... No, can't do anything else. Okay. I have to put the other scanner in if I want to do anything else. That was a good find. All right. Yeah, we should be good for a little while yet. 40 minutes. How we doing? Okay, good. Come on.
Protection fully.
Gotta admit, that Jason tactic of not repairing your scanner on your multi-tool is pretty smart. It's definitely an exploit. There, yeah. That was crazy. I know that was kind of hard to see. Sorry about that. All right. Bet Cypher's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. You are on the planet. Creative use of game mechanics. Look how far I've come. That's a pretty good distance, you know, coming from down here all the way up to here. So, yeah, not bad. I had to do that more often when I'm doing runs like this. We only got 40 minutes to go. Less than 40 minutes to go to get there. Hopefully we can do it in a half. If I keep that booster going. Trying to gather up as much condensed carbon as we can. There we go. I think we got it, right? Yeah, wasn't much. Whoa, whoa, careful.
Fuel required.
Yeah, kind of figured.
Technology recharge.
I'm doing pretty good, thanks, buddy. Still rocking a headache, but it is what it is. It keeps coming and going in intensity, but it is what it is. And like I said, it's a sinus headache, and I know it'll go away by morning. One of those headaches that just don't want to quit. Come on, get down there. Whoa, look out. Okay. Also, good posture is important. Don't sit there and be lazy. Lazy. Pure ferrite. That's not helping me out. Okay. What do we got? Distress beacon at 46. There's another crashed ship up here. And I found it quite by accident. Well, that's cool. Let's check it out. And there's an archive right after it. Like I said, crash ships are good. It's the exact same ship. It is the exact, not the one I found earlier, but the ship itself is exactly the same. Look at that. That's amazing. Search for loot. Okay. Okay. That's great. Alright. Same ship, but since we have an archive here. Now, I will admit, if I can find a fighter that's like 6 million, I might take into consideration going around and trying to gather up enough stuff. If we can get a decent price for our own ship. Hey, there's that ship. Ugh. Can you even just put me on the platform? Come on, man. That's just rude. You are the pilot, Warrior Geo. Let me see. So, 6.7, and we can exchange. We're really getting that much for our ship. We only need 1 million. So to me, that's actually worth it. I need, what, 2 stacks? I need 1 million. Let me see if I have anything on me. I don't think I do. Am I buying? I'm buying. For crying out loud, that's not what I was trying to do. I just spent too much money. I thought I had those on me from earlier. Yeah, I have 2 of these, and he's only taking them for 50. That's my bad. I don't need the launch fuel. That was stupid. Alright. So we need like about 1 million. I don't think we have anything on our Exocraft we can sell, do we? We'll sell those. I don't think it's really worth that much. I claimed a ship, but I can only get the pilot's license from it, so we had to buy a ship that's exactly like it. So we'll sell the gold. I don't know what we just sold. That was dumb. Got copper. I think we sold some ferrite, fortunately. That's it. Alright, so that's good. Can we sell anything else? How about... let's just uninstall some stuff that we don't need anymore. Huh. Did we not, like... oh, I know where it is. Dummy. He may leave. That's okay. We don't need that anymore. So we're not going to gather up everything that we need. I was hoping to get a couple of yeah, only 2,000 for that. Alright. It's not enough. It's not enough. Even if we sell the chromatic metal, it ain't gonna make a difference. Alright. Wait a minute, is what it's saying here? I'm wrong about this. Yeah, you're saying that, Keith, but didn't we just state earlier in the chat that I could trade out the ship, right? That was a quote. Well, let's look back a little ways. Keith, yes, you can use the claimed ship license to trade when purchasing your ship. Must be same ship type from the FAQ. So it has to be the ship I found, right? And I didn't actually claim the ship itself. I claimed the license, but I didn't claim the ship. but the ship's nearby. Hold on. So we'll have to just come back and do this. That's no problem. We don't know how much it'll be, but that's all right. So if I take a look around, hold on a second. Let's see. So where's the portal at? Portal's that way. I should be able to see the distress signal still, shouldn't I? Yeah, there it is, right in front of me. Yeah, right in front of me. So, that'll be alright. It's a minute away. We'll come back to the archive. Great driving, right? Excellent. Looks good. Good job. Keep up the great work, Paul.
Technology recharge.
Okay. So it wasn't a complete mishap. Now, if it was the first one that I had done, yeah, that would have been a problem. But this one's really close by. Okay. I can't repair it. So let's go back and let's see if we can get one of these. Because if I only have to spend $1 million, that would be great, but the Radiant Pillar was in much better shape because it was completely repaired, per se. Even though it supposedly is damaged, right? I just thought you had to hit the communication ball. Yeah. That was interesting. What in the world is this? It's a ledge. Allegedly. Oh, that's a heavy-duty fighter, yeah. I was about to say, 20 million? Oh, looks like he's back. That's also the heavy-duty one. And that looks like it might be a shuttle. Nope, that's the one. There you are. Okay, let's see now. Hold on. So, yeah, see? So it's only going to net me 1.5 million on top of the 1.5 million I have. So I've got 3 million. And I would have to come up with another... Yeah. Another at least 3 million. Oh well. Okay, well, I've got the license, but now it really doesn't make a difference now, does it? So the amount of stuff I would have to gather up would be ridiculous. So, anyway. That was a lot of time. Okay. So you claim the ship to claim the license. See? Probably a good idea if I read my own rules, huh? Ah, Beeblebum's rules. It's not really true. What a goof I am. I'm sorry about that. Hey, look, a grave. Okay, that was weird. Nah. And the items you need to activate the portal are basic items anyway. We've got nitrogen, we've got our emerald still. Got plenty of carbon. We've got enough oxygen to get us by. Although I do need more. That's odd. Huh. We got these. I'll turn them into something as well. That'll be good. Where's Grave? Grave? Grave. I drove right past it. Not going to go through it real quick. We're just going to... Okay, good deal. We just get a memory fragment. We've already got all the other stuff. Cool. That's a nice little upgrade for your jetpack. So I should probably gather a little more oxygen. We only got a half hour to go to get there, so we should be in good shape. Shouldn't take that long to get through that. Hey, look at that. So that'll take care of the oxygen scenario. We've got plenty of sodium. You know what? Since we're here.
Technology recharge.
There we go. I got rid of the advanced mining laser in my Exocraft, but that's okay. We don't need it. Okay. And you're done. Good. So that should be all the dihydrogen I need. And oxygen. What else? We got sodium. Okay. The emerald. Did we have the copper still? Did I sell that off just out of curiosity? No, we still got our... Why is that there? That's weird. Good. Alright, we're good there. Yeah, we should have everything we need. Pretty sure. So we're good, Keith. We're good. But we need fuel.
Technology recharge.
Ooh, little kick out there. Nice. Be great if we can get there during the day, but not going to happen. We're going to go through a couple days here, game time probably before we get there. So that's what that is. That's a crater. Really? Only got 3? That's better. Nope. Come on, give me under 30. Much better. There we go. More. Okay, good. World. Mini cave. Can't get that one, so no big deal. And you're at that point where you get to this section of the Stranded run, and it's just like, oh my gosh. You can almost hear the kids in the back seat going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Now, what do you know? Floating crystals. Getting there.
Fuel required.
The special sound, but I don't see the special stuff.
Technology recharge.
Oh, okay. That's what we're looking at.
Technology recharge.
There we go. Good deal. So do we have any updates coming? Let me think here. Trying to think of what's today's date. I don't think I have anything planned this weekend. So there is a good possibility I will, if I can convince the other kids to do it, that we'll go ahead and do a, whoa, okay. A Minecraft stream. It would be pretty cool. We shall see.
Weapon charge depleted.
Trying to think though. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Big surprise there, right? But I feel like I'm forgetting some item that we're supposed to be doing this coming Saturday. Besides being an extremely rainy day, last I saw it was supposed to be like storms and stuff like that. Guess what? It's nighttime again. We shall see. Woo! Nice. Oh, you know what? That's a minor settlement. Yeah, look at that.
Levels stabilizing.
Curious. Yeah, not bad. I don't particularly care for a blaze javelin, but a nice unit in here. 5 million. Yeah, not surprising. No, we're good. Nothing I need. I could talk to him, but he's not going to give me anything right now. Yeah. Good old Groundhog Day. One of the many movies that I could watch over and over again. Just a joke there, but still. Whoa, okay. Yeah, being able to see at night, having a decent headlight on these Exocraft would be so much better. I gotta remember to pull up the coordinates of the final planet. Of the system we're going to, I should say. I think it says in the instructions down below in the description, I think it says to check for the portal down below or something like that. There's no way to actually list the glyphs there. I could probably use a descriptive version of it. You know, sunset, boat, ship, Triforce, things like that, but I think it was just the plaque that we saw on our left. But, reminds me of the album cover, Bad Out of Hell. Anyway, sorry.
Fuel required.
Yeah, that reminds me.
Technology recharge.
Gonna need some more carbon because we're not gonna make it in the current state we're in. There we go. That should be enough. I don't know if we'll make it on this particular amount, but
Technology recharge.
we'll see. So 20 minutes. I believe nighttime is about 15 in real life. So we should get there during the day. We shall see. I don't know if it'll tell us. Local time is at 2200. We're about 10 o'clock p.m. right now. Yeah, well, all of them, to be honest with you. Yeah, well, any headlight will be better than what we've got on all of these units, because there's just no headlight on it. It's like the hint or, you know... Yeah, let's blast right through that. It's an idea of a headlight is all it was. "18 minutes away, you can almost taste it." Okay. Really bad terrain here. And right into the trees again. Oh, good. It was parted.
Thermal protection falling.
All right. Minutes. I know we can do it. Find myself pushing a little harder onto the W key, as if that will make my Exocraft go faster. You ever find yourself doing that? I push down harder, go faster. There we go. Looks like an abandoned. Yeah. Abandoned facility. Great part is that we don't have to worry about the sentinels at any point in time. Alright, so one more refuel. Hoping. No, I think we're gonna have to do one more. What was that? Yeah, that's just those rocks. Okay, never mind. We're definitely gonna have to do one more refuel. Go. It's a starting point. Totally works. I stopped using years ago. Using controller? Nah, I'm all keyboard mouse. I've watched Jason and those guys use their controllers. I don't know if I've told them this or not, but every time I watch them do a speed run and I see how long it takes them to do certain maneuvers with their controllers, the only thing I can think of is you guys probably have added an extra minute to 2 minutes, maybe more, just by using a controller. Because I can adapt the keyboard to doing things quicker. I can do an auto delete and stuff like that, and you guys are sitting there holding a button down waiting for the circle to go around on your X button to delete something, and it's like, you know, that may only be a few extra seconds, but when you do that multiple times, when you're doing that 10, 15, 20, 30 times during a run, it adds up. You guys are spending an extra minute or two at least, and in a speed run that's going to ruin it. So, go ahead and use your controllers. I'll stick to keyboard mouse. And I have no problem with controllers. I mean, I've played many systems with controllers. I have no problem with them. They have their place. But when I have a computer and I'm using a keyboard mouse, I'll do that. I've played some flying games on the PC Steam and stuff like that where I have a flight stick that I use on it, and it's necessary to do that. I can do it with keyboard and mouse, but it's better with a flight stick. So, are we there yet? Richie, I don't even know how to describe it to you. My head is actually getting to the point where it's like you need to stop. You need medication, you need sustenance, you need food, and I can hear it coming out in my voice. I know it is. I'm trying to be upbeat, but I'm like, I'm so close to finishing this that I don't want to stop. Because we're 10 minutes out. Hopefully, less. Except I still need fuel. Now, it said I had 393. Why did it say I have none now? I swear that is a glitch. Oh, can we use some of that oxygen? Yeah, we got plenty. I'll use some oxygen, we'll fill it up. Alright, we should be good, hopefully, for the rest of the run. Menu is slower with controller. Yeah, that's what I mean. Less than 10 minutes away. And I have to admit that the terrain here is really not that great. A little rougher. It could be worse. I've been on worse, way worse terrains. So as far as that's concerned, I guess I should count my blessings, but still. Wasn't trying to run into that tree. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just want to check this out. Yeah, another abandoned facility. Just a hunch that I'm going to need it. And the boosters, they tend to eat up a lot more fuel. So there is that. Wow, I just came into a forest of this crap. Wow. Seven and a half minutes. I swear, I think the terrain's getting worse. Sorry, a good clump of condensed carbon is nice. We can use that. Whoops. There. Got it. Man, must be, I don't know if it's a smaller planet or something, but boy oh boy. Lots of buildings on this one. This would have been a great one to do a, no starter ship challenge, I guess. No, the other one. A regular permadeath or fugitive run or something like that. That's a shame. 6 minutes out. We're gonna have to recharge again. Except my weapon charge is depleted. Alright, what do we got? Let's use the carbon. And then we'll use condensed carbon. Okay. And daytime it is. We're 5 minutes out, and hopefully that should, as I say multiple times, be the last time I have to fuel it up. Less than 5 minutes. Hey, Grimy, good to see you, man. Yeah, some are better with the controller. I do agree with that, too. It's got the glyphs in the text description. You'd like to know what it is. When we get there, I'll show you. I've got the glyphs down pat as far as to what I call them, but I had somebody describe some glyphs to me one time, and I'm like, what were you thinking when you called it that? And I had to have them re-describe them to me, and I'm like, okay, let's go over the chart together, shall we? Because I've always heard things called specific ways and stuff like that, but we'll get to that. It is the light at the end of the tunnel, yes. We're 3.5 minutes out. Another monolith. And I don't think we're going to have to recharge our bike again. I think that was it. Yeah, figures. Let's run it over. Two and a half. Heck, we'll walk the rest of the way if we have to. Alright, guys. Come on now. 2 minutes. I think we can. I think we can. I think we can. Probably going to tell me fuel required again before I even get there. Oh, crap. Of course I come out into a forest. There we go. We're good. We're good. Under a minute. See? And there it is, finally. Alright, let's see if we have all the materials we need to open this sucker up. Sodium, piece of cake, we got tons of sodium. What do we need here? Dihydrogen or cobalt? Let's use up the cobalt first. And oxygen.
Technology recharge.
Sodium.
Technology recharge.
Cobalt.
Technology recharge.
Use some emerald over here now.
Recharge.
Sodium nitrate, which we did save up.
Technology.
And we had more of that than I thought.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay, nitrate.
Recharge.
Got hydrogen there, not enough. That's because it came out of one inventory and not the other.
Technology recharge.
All right, we got it. Thank heavens. Oh my gosh. All right, so I've got to look up the coordinates. People bum. Game challenges, and I've got them showing now. All right, so activate the portal, and here's the address you got to put in. So first one is Dino. Next one is the bird. Then the spider. You can call it a beetle too. It's a beetle. Triforce. I think hopefully we all can agree on that. Sunrise or sunset is up to you. You need 2 of those. Then we've got, I call this a boat rather than a ship. I call it a boat. This has a couple different meanings. I've heard hands in the air, I've heard tree, I've heard YMCA. I like tree. Then whale. Triforce again. Dino again. And boat. There it is. Finally. All right. So after 3.5 hours. But like I said, it's an easier run because you got your Exocraft and you can have a good time with it. You can't take your Exocraft with you, though. And it's going to crash now. Kidding. There we go. There we go. All right. Finally. Thank you. You guys are great. Appreciate you. Love it. So this is it. And this is Beeblebum's planet, as you can see. Eye of the Beholder is what it's called. It used to be... Did they change it again? No. Aggressive Sentinels on this planet. So it pulls the other ship over, so if you just want a save point, you can just jump in and out of the ship.
Shields down.
And there's our save point. And I've been putting communication balls over here and, you know, saying hi and everything like that, but I'm not going to do that this time. So we did it. Stop the timer. 3.5 hours. I'm pretty sure we didn't spend a whole lot of time in the menu. Let's go ahead and exit and take a look. So good deal. And we'll take a look right away. So 3 hours and 6 minutes we did it in. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Wow, that was fun, guys. It really was. But my head's had enough. I'm pretty sure that is it, Flu. Thank you. Grimy, Worf, Fett, appreciate you guys. Miss Chase, thank you very much. Miriam, appreciate you. So thank you. And, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's just a headache, guys. It'll go away. So let's get over to the exit screen, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and pull up. Did I not have it open? I thought I had it open. There it is. Let's see if anyone's playing right now. I think Delta's playing. I'm pretty sure Jason's done for the night. There we go. All right, here we are. Yeah, Delta's playing right now, and he usually will play for a little bit. So we go ahead and raid Delta is my usual go-to at this point. I don't really see anybody else doing anything with anything else. And he's playing a space game. He's always playing Elite Dangerous at this point, and trying to get. Let's see, is the Kestrel Mark II worth getting in Elite Dangerous is the title of his stream right now. So we'll go ahead and check him out. Guys, thank you again for being here. Appreciate you. And we will see you guys again next time. Thank you very much. Yes, hydrate, foodies. I know. I'll do good on that. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you. Have a great evening.